The first one is deploying using a change set. First one is you can deploy the lightning components or URA bundles using the change set. So you can go to the go to the sandboxes. Go to the outbound change set. New outbound change set. Let's say some release. Then add the change set components. Here you have URA component bundles. Choose whatever the lightning components that you have created. The list of lightning components will be coming here. Choose them, add it to the change set. So we had some lightning bundle here. So select the bundle, add them to the change set. So what we have done, we have created a outbound change set. I can take one of the. We have created a outbound change set with bundle. Then upload to your corresponding environment. I like to deploy to QA environment here. Right. So what are the lightning bundles you have created, lightning components you have created, add them to the outbound change set, upload to the corresponding environment to which you want to push. Then you will be receiving like inbound change set and deploy it. This is generalized procedure. So using a change set, we are deploying it. So in the change set, you find URA bundles. So using the URA bundle, you will be able to deploy. The change set, one of the element you will be finding like URA bundles. Choose the URA bundle. Whatever the components you have created, they will be available there. Select those components, add them to the change set, and upload it to the corresponding environment. And go to the environment, validate, and deploy. This is one of the solution. If you already know how to deploy the code using a change set, the same procedure. Only the point is, element what you need to select here is URA bundle. Element what you are going to select here is URA bundle. Similarly, the next choice that we had is and deployment. The and deployment we need to do. So we need to, when you are going for and deployment, so what we do, let me specify. So create a package.xml, create a build.xml, create a build.properties file. So here you want to deploy. Go to tools, Lighting platform tools. These are the two regular procedures. And migration tool. Download the latest version of and migration tool. Similarly, go to Apache Ant. Download the latest version of the Ant. So download the Ant migration tool. Download the Apache Ant. I'm taking for granted that the people know how to deploy using the change set and Ant. Just I'm giving a gist of the procedure. Let me go to my okay. So let us define this. What we are supposed to do, extract the files. So download the Apache Ant, download the Salesforce and migration tool, You get it in the form of zip files, extract them. Let the files be extracted. Let the file be extracted. Meanwhile, let me set the path. Okay. So go to Apache, Salesforce, and copy the jar file. I'm assuming that already you know the basic format of installation, how to use the migration tool. So we went to Salesforce and copy the and jar file. Copy this and go to Apache and go to libraries. Paste the jar file what is given in the Salesforce and whatever the jar file that Salesforce and has provided. Whatever the jar file that Salesforce and has provided, copy the jar file, paste it in the Apache and library files. Then set the environmental variables till the bin, till the location where the bin folder is available. Copy that file, advanced system settings, environmental variables, new and home. Go to the path, edit. We have a text. Now, without bin folder is a home, with bin folder is a path. Including the bin folder is the path, excluding the bin folder, it is a home. Right. Go back, go to the command line, check out whether Java and Ant are installed successfully or not. So Java and Ant is installed. So what we have done in this procedure, we extracted the, what we have done in this case, first downloaded the Apache Ant, downloaded the Salesforce Ant migration tool. Then whatever the jar file that we have in the Salesforce Ant, we copied the jar file to Apache Ant libraries. Then okay, then here build.properties. So what I will do first, go to my account and modify the password. Right. Then go to this. First thing that we need to set is build.properties. go to the build properties, set the credentials of the organization from where you want to fetch the files, or set the credentials of the organization to which you want to deploy the code. So I want to fetch the code from here. So I was giving light at the rate of 0106. Password I was giving here Salesforce 123. Either I can set it in the network access, or I can use the network access, or I can give OpenIP for my profile. So what I do here, instead of giving network access, I'm giving a OpenIP. Okay. So I kept properties.xml file, build.properties.xml file, where we have the username, password of the organization, and we have the endpoint URL and max port. How many connections we can establish? 20 is the max port. Then at the same time, we are going with next one. We are supposed to create package.xml file. This is what is important for us now. This is what is important. So we already know how to create Apex classes, VF pages. We already seen that. But if you want to deploy the Lightning component, how do you deploy it? Go to Lightning. So in the package.xml, we are supposed to define, let's see, types, members, name, URA, definition, what are the URA elements you want to deploy, that URA definition, bundle we need to define. Get me all the URA definition bundles here, version. So what are the metadata types we had? Which elements you want to fetch? What are the metadata elements? What are the metadata elements we want to fetch it? That we need to define here. What are the metadata elements we want to fetch? That we need to define here. So here we are getting URA definition bundle. So you can go to package.xml, Lightning components. So what we are supposed to keep? Generally what we do, here we give Apex class, Apex page, custom object, workflow, approval process. Like that we define the type of metadata we want to deploy. So here, when you want to deploy this, we need to specify here. URA definition. So look at the point. So this, when I say sample CMP, if you look at this, sample CMP is the component. Sample CMP is the component. The component has got some JavaScript. The component has got some JavaScript, some CSS, some helper. So when you say URA definition bundle, sample CMP, it says all the properties of the component. The corresponding, please mute your mic. All the components, all the properties of the component we are specifying. So define URA definition bundle. This is a package.xml. Then create build.properties file, where in the build.property file we define the connection between both the elements. So go to our build.properties file. So in the build.properties file, lightning folder we got, right? Okay. Then you specify retrieve the code, create a target. Target is the operation which you want to perform. So let us create one target. Let me copy paste the you retrieve the component. Then in the target we are giving username, password, session ID, server URL, max poll, and the folder into which you want to fetch the code. You told you are retrieving the data. Into which folder we have to retrieve. And where is the package.xml file which specifies which elements to be retrieved? It is in the lightning folder. Specify the folder into which you want to retrieve. Specify the folder into which you want to retrieve, and specify the location where the package.xml file is there. Then what you're supposed to do, go to the folder where your build file is there, copy the path where the build folder is there, change your then, and what is the name of the target? Retrieve code is the name of the target. Specify the name. So only when you're deploying or fetching the element, we need to know how to define metadata type in the package.xml. In the package.xml, how do you define the metadata type? So go to this. So this is how we got the elements here. The same story will be deploying. Right, boss? So what was this? Now using the chain set, if you want to deploy, you need to define URA definition or URA components. Then when you're trying to deploy the code using ANT, we have to define type name as URA definition bundle. Type name as URA definition bundle. Type name as URA definition bundle. So the way you are deploying using a chain set, the way you are deploying using an ANT, the similar pattern we can also deploy the lightning components. But the best procedure for deploying the lightning components is providing them like a manager packages. Providing them like a manager package. These are the two options which we regularly do with the classic. But the best procedure for deploying the lightning components is delivering them like a manager packages. So we have seen deploying using a chain set and deploying using a ANT. But the best procedure for deploying this lightning component will be delivering them like a manager packages. So the moment I say delivering them like a manager packages, so first we need to understand the difference between manager package and unmanaged packages. So when package is a set of elements, when you define a unmanaged package, so let us try to understand what was this unmanaged package and managed package. So I have given here package I have created. With the elements 1, 2, 3. I deliver this package. I give this as unmanaged package to some destination. I give it as a unmanaged package. Some XYZ organization. Installed. Some XYZ organization install the package. When they install, they get 1, 2, 3. Now they will get the elements called 1, 2, 3, and they also get the source code of this 1, 2, 3. When you give it as a unmanaged package, we also get the source code. When you get the source code, this XYZ organization can modify as per its requirement. When you deliver it as an unmanaged package, whatever the source code is there, the source code is visible to XYZ. When the source code is visible to XYZ organization, they can modify the source code and they can build it, they can modify the source code according to their business needs. So as the source code is visible to XYZ, now your organization doesn't have any control on the code which is installed on the XYZ organization. I developed a package, I delivered to the XYZ. The XYZ is installed it and they are able to see the code in the package, the source code in the package, the source code of the elements which are there in the package. As the source code is visible, XYZ can modify in whatever the way in which it want. So the capital don't have any more control on the code which is installed in the XYZ organization. But the same thing, if I deliver it as a manager package, if I deliver it as a manager package, then XYZ organization install it. They only get the functionalities of 1, 2, 3. They will not be able to see the source code. If tomorrow any changes need to be made on the package, it is only the capital who can make the changes and deliver like a new release. So whatever the code, whatever the functionality we are providing the package, only the capital has a control on it. As the source code is not visible to XYZ, any changes that need to be made on the package, it is only the vendor who developed this package can modify it. It is only the vendor who developed this package can make the changes on the package. So that's why it's called manager packages. Now, if you want to deploy the right thing, manager package is one of the good option through which we can deliver it. Manager package is one of the good option through which we can deliver it. Yesterday we just had a quick overview of field services. What for the field service is used. There, field service is also a package. Manager package. The field service functionality or application they are providing you as a manager package. So any new changes they want to make, any new thing that they want to do, add up. It's only the organization who have built the field service, they have the control on it. So the field services are given to you in the form of manager packages. Now the question is, now who can create the manager packages? So let me log into one of my commercial account. Now it's a enterprise edition with the sales and service cloud. So I have enterprise edition with the sales and service cloud. So go to the packages. See, this is enterprise edition. So what I'm getting here, unmanaged only. So if you want to create any manager package, minimum you should have unlimited edition. Minimum you should have unlimited edition. So we got here manager package. If you want to create a manager package, you need to go for unlimited edition. The current edition what I am using here is enterprise edition. Or else you should have partnership environments which are provided by the Salesforce. So I'm going with the enterprise edition. So on the enterprise edition, you're still not able to create manager package. So we need to have either partnership environments or unlimited edition. So if you are using unlimited edition, then you can create as a manager package and deliver to the destination. Most of the times you see that people deliver the code in the form of manager package. Not only this lightning, but if it's a combination of multiple, if application is running with if your environment, we have multiple instances running. Let's say I have a lead is managed by one team, opportunity is managed by one team, account is managed by one team. There are three different, like my business has a combination of multiple environments, or different instances are maintained by different teams. Then generally what we do, we deliver the things in the form of manager packages. We generally deliver the things in the form of manager packages. If lead is managed by one particular team in one location, and opportunity is maintained by one more team in one more location, then we generally deliver the code in the form of manager package and install it in a single arc. So one of the good way of deploying is delivering them as manager packages. So in how many ways we can deploy the lightning code? We can deploy the lightning code by using chain sets, and you can go with the Eclipse also. Or you can go with manager package. But if you want to deliver as a manager package, it is a must that you have to create your namespace. If you are trying to deploy the code within your org, then there's no need of namespaces. But if you want to deliver the code in the form of manager package, generally it is a must that you need to go for a namespace. Namespace is a must. So if you want to deploy the lightning component, it's a chain set and force.IDE manager packages. So in the end, what you are supposed to give? Your definition. Right. So this is how we will be deploying the lightning component to the different arcs. Is that was clear? As the people already told that people know about chain set and AND. I just gave a quick gist. I only insisted on the point what elements should be deployed. Right. Any other query on this? Any other query on this? Any other query? Right. Now, so I want to spend a couple of weeks in implementing the use cases. Till now we have seen the topics as individual topics. As an individual topic we have seen, I want to create them like a use case and implement them. So, and I also want to spend some time on Lightning Web Components. So from next week, we'll be implementing some use cases here with a combination of topics. Right now, as of now, all the topics what we have seen is only individual topic wise we have seen. So how to club them and make some meaningful use cases, we'll see. So we'll be implementing use case for a couple of sessions. Probably for a week, I'll be implementing the use cases. Then I'll be scheduling some special classes on the Lightning Web Components. Lightning Web Components I'll be conducting. So people who are interested, they can take probably 3 or 4 sessions I'll be conducting. 3 or 4 hour sessions on the Lightning Web Components. But for next 2 weeks, I want to go with implementing use cases. I'll be designing the use cases here. We'll try to implement the use cases for the next 2 weeks. And at the same time, I'll be conducting some sessions on Lightning Web Components. Probably I'll be taking around 3 to 4 hours I'll be spending on Lightning Web Components. People who are interested, they can attend those 4 sessions. Right. And then, right. Next, apart from the topics what we covered, does anybody has any specific requirement? Let me know. We can start discussing about that. Apart from the topics what I discussed, that if anybody has any specific requirement, let me know. Okay.
Satish.
Yeah.
Satish, can you give a little bit brief idea about CPQ, sales specific?
That's it. Now we cannot put that in this one. So anything on the Lightning we can. So this 5 to 6 minutes critical information will not help you, because different people use different tools. Somebody use break, somebody use XYZ format. Okay, so you should be first specific to your tool what you want to discuss on CPQ, which specific tool your organization is using. Then we can go for the corresponding, because the pattern change from tool to tool.
Okay.
Okay, so if you are
Okay.
specific to particular tool, if you say like we are using a steel brick, then we can have some idea. We can have small discussion on the steel brick. Or if you say XYZ format, or like you say I'm using a FigBooks, we have a different format for the FigBooks. So first be specific to the tool which your organization is using. Then we can have some quick discussion on it. Okay.
Okay.
Right. On the Lightning bus, anyone else require any specific topics to be discussed on the Lightning? So
Yes, Satish.
yeah, go ahead, Emma.
What is capture and bubble event?
That's what we are
What is
discussing at
that?
the application level, and we have discussed that there's a concept of application level event and a component level event. See, when you say bubble, what happens from the ground level push ups to top, right? Generally, a bubble in the water, what it does from bottom, it just push up to the top. So
Yeah.
child component to parent, parent to parent, parent to parent hierarchy. So when you say component level event, what happens here? When you say component level event, what happens here? The grandchild event can be captured by the child. Child event can be captured by the parent. Parent component. Okay, what is the component level event? The component in which the event fired, that component can handle it, or its parent component can handle it. This is the concept of bubbling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, bubble and capture it.
Okay. Got it.
So just they have used a technical, okay, well, explanation. They have given a bubble and capture. Probably you might have seen in the documentation. This is what they use. These are the terms what they use in the explanation of component level events.
Yes.
Fine. So
Hello, Satish.
what we will do? So probably we'll try to implement this. We'll try to implement this structure which I used here. We'll try to achieve this structure in the next session. Okay. We'll try to achieve this structure by using Lightning. Small use cases will try to implement this implementation. A small minute project type will be implementing to understand all the concepts together. Yeah. Someone else is asking a question. Go ahead.
Hi, Satish. Actually, I missed some classes. I don't know whether, like you told about the testing on this like lightning
This
component or
see,
not.
a Lightning component is scripting. Emma. You cannot test it. You can only go over the console. You can never test its scripting elements.
Okay. So no need to write test classes,
No,
anything for
it's only
that
console. Console
lightning.
is only console.
Okay.
Right, fine. So you fix up the time, then there let's have a fixed time for this, for the implementation of the use cases and this. So I have two options here. One is for next 2 weeks till the use cases are implemented. This week Sunday, I guess people will not be available. So how many of you are available on this Sunday? There's some long weekend, Good Friday and Easter. Okay. So Saturday, PM. From next week, Sunday will go with if you are available on Sunday, we can have 1 hour session on this. If you say if you are available, if people say you are available on the next Sunday, then I'll schedule it.
No, Satish.
No, sir. We have planned vacation for the Easter.
Then in this case, then this Saturday will plan. Sunday next week will plan for Sunday. These two will be implementing the use cases. A small project type will be implementing. Then I'll be scheduling the class. I'll be scheduling one class on with this. Please mute your mic, Amma, somebody. With this, I'll be closing the session for lightning classes. Then I'll be giving, this is up to your choice whether you want to attend or not. The next followed by week, I'll be starting a lightning web components. 2 Sundays I'll be putting. So on coming Saturday, 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. I'll conduct use cases. On 27th again, use cases. So here we take '27th. So this will be scheduled for our coming classes.
Sir, in one of our web components class, we have gone through like how to take.
That's not web component. It's only Salesforce DX.
Yeah. So that's all, sir. Is that the entire Salesforce DX that we have to learn about, sir? Is there any expansion for it? Or?
No. That's only pushing, pulling, and using it. Still, if you want to expand it, you need to go for the GitHub and other Jenkins. You can go, but basically, whatever that I discussed for the DX is sufficient. Basically,
Thank you.
how to create a project, how to pull the code to scratch, and how to push the code from scratch to dev hub. That's sufficient.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
So this is the schedule.
So 27th is Saturday. Our class is on Sunday, right?
27th, 28th, I'll put it there.
Yeah. Thank you.
If you feel it's too early, we can schedule at 10 o'clock. If you people feel it's too early, we can schedule at 10 o'clock. So this will be the schedule for the remaining classes. Right.